This is the wrong with generation. Is they can't take a hit. They can't take a hit. I've been smashed to shut up. I've been smashed on my podcast. I take most of the hits and I laugh if it's funny. One thing not funny. This dipspit redneck deer. No, it's funny. It's not. You stink. You're overrated already. Shut up. I hope you never work in this club again. Welcome to the show.
In this video, we're going to look at one of Shane Gillis's funniest podcast appearances you've probably never seen. Episode 258 of You Know What Dude with Bobby Kelly. You've probably never watched this because at the time it aired, Shane wasn't at the level of celebrity he is now. It only has 60,000 views after 5 years. What makes this episode so great is Bobby Kelly didn't know who Shane was. Shane hadn't done the Just for Laughs Festival or Clusterfest, and it was about a year before he would be hired, then fired from Saturday Night Live. And Matt and Shane's secret podcast only had around 150 patrons compared to the 85,000 plus they have now. The podcast was supposed to just be Bobby and his friend and comedian Paul Versi, but before the show started, Bobby's producer saw Shane and told Bobby he should have him on as well. At one point, Bobby loses it on Shane for his joke about the daddy-daughter dance. We'll get to that in just a minute, but we'll start from the beginning where you can tell that Bobby isn't really sure what to think of Shane.
Shane Gillis, I don't know you. I literally do.
I want to know you.
I booked a show with just me, you, because I love you, Vers. I love me and
you too, man.
We hang. I haven't seen you in a while, so I'm sitting downstairs, and this is now Shane. Don't take this the wrong way.
I'm not going to take it.
I'm a very, because of my childhood, because of my brain, because of the way I am, I'm very indecisive. I don't know what to do at any given time.
No, you can't say no either. You're one of those. Like if somebody from Milwaukee goes, I love your show. I listen all the time. I'm an engineer, sound engineer. He'd be in here the next week. That's what you do.
Oh, yeah.
He's one of those.
You think I'm a sound engineer from Milwaukee?
You might be by the end of the show.
Is that what you think happened?
No.
I showed up to the cellar as a fan. And I was like, hey, man, I'm a sound engineer from Milwaukee.
Relax, Shane. I was doing another thing.
Yeah, relax. You're a little. You're coming in hot. Don't do it because you're gonna fucking lose.
He is right. It's not you, right?
Shane,
okay, I just went to
I'll hit you with that.
So it's all three of you against me. I'll fight all three of you.
Shane.
You can really tell Bobby isn't sure what to think of Shane, but Shane is obviously a couple of Bud Lights deep and gives it right back, which I think makes Bobby like him. Also, I don't know who the woman is texting during the show, but she seems to be a real negative Nancy. She seems utterly disgusted when she sees that Shane is dipping.
Do you have chewing?
Yeah.
Oh,
Spit?
God.
He's failing, Liz.
How is that failing?
Because nobody likes to see your dumb.
No one's going to see my spit.
Nobody wants
You're
to see
on
your
camera.
spit.
Oh,
You're on
this is on
camera.
Yes, you're being.
What do you
it's
think
on
this is?
YouTube.
Well, I'm glad you watched the show. Well, if you watch it, you use your eyes.
All right.
A
You
tall
guys got
boy
two
of Bud
cigars.
Light?
There's two cigars.
Yeah, but we're not smoking them, you dick fart.
Why am I dick fart?
Because you're doing chew on camera, and now my fans
Everyone
gonna
that's watching this is going to be like, yo,
spit
fuck
that
yeah, that's
shit
sick
out.
this dude's doing
Liz,
skull right
Liz,
now.
This
Liz,
is
get him out.
disgusting.
Yo, check the comments right now. I guarantee they're like, yo, I love skull, dude.
I'm
This
not
is the
checking
best.
shit. Get it out of your mouth. Spit it out. I don't want
can't.
chew in my. Sit there and watch.
Gross.
I'll throw up. Spit it out, please.
Did you not tell him, Mush?
You had to say please though.
Should I
'cause-
stand my ground?
No, you shouldn't.
Absolutely not.
This is not
Should
when you
George
should.
Zimmerman this?
This should not. This should not be when you stand your ground. Cocksucker, spit it out. No one wants to see you spit into a cup.
Okay,
Where are you from?
Central Pennsylvania.
What was that?
God's country, dude.
God's country. You mean you're a racist?
Yeah.
All right. All right, you're back in. Keep the dick. I apologize.
I don't think Bobby was really upset for Shane at dipping. I think he was just looking for something to pick at him about since he's an up-and-coming comedian. You can see Bobby almost break and start to laugh when he asked Shane to please take it out.
Please.
Did you not tell him?
This podcast was before Shane was even known for being a racist, so when Bobby calls him a racist and Shane instantly says yes, Bobby laughs and says, you can keep your dip in. After this, Bobby and Versi are talking about how they take their daughters to a daddy-daughter dance every year, and they're disappointed that it has to come to an end because the state of New York says you can't have a gender-specific event. Like, they are really disappointed. So when Shane makes fun of it, that seems to really piss Bobby off.
I got a question. Do you, at the daughter-daddy dance, you guys swap daughters and grind with the other kids too?
No.
They made that joke last time.
They did?
Yeah.
Well, I'm here. I'm out here.
Listen, but hang on one second.
When Hot in Here by Nelly plays, do you guys swap daughters?
Can you give this to him? That's called the bomb bandana.
That's not a bomb, dude. I'll stand by that.
No, you can't. We let you know if it's a bomb. It's like a crowd. You can't
No,
You
I'm
can't
up
go on
here.
stage and
I'm
go.
in the lion's den
listen,
right now, dude.
listen,
I'm
Dick
swinging.
Fart.
I can't-
No, you can't go on stage and then you stink and then you go, no, it's not me. It's you. No, it's you. That was a bad one. You took a hot one. Take a hit.
What was bad about it?
I don't know. We didn't laugh.
What?
Nobody laughed.
You two are friends. You have no idea.
That
who I
doesn't
am.
matter. I laughed at you 10 times already.
All right. All right.
Don't fight. This is
other
the
five.
wrong with this shit generation. Is they can't take a hit. I can't take a hit. I've been smashed. Shut the up. I've been smashed on my podcast. I take most of the hits and I laugh if it's funny. One thing not funny. This dipspit redneck deer. No, it's funny. It's not. You stink. You're all rated already. Shut the up. You never work in the club again. Welcome to the show.
I love that Shane stands his ground and doesn't wear the bomb bandana. It was genuinely one of the funniest jokes I've ever heard, especially because he was unknown by most of America at the time and wasn't financially successful yet, so any normal person would walk on eggshells and try not to say something wrong. Even though Bobby freaked out, he respects Shane more and more as the podcast goes on. Comedians respect funny. Later on in the podcast, they're still talking about the daddy-daughter dance and how they won't be having it because one of the kids' classmates may not know their gender yet, and the school doesn't want to discriminate.
Look, I just think kindergarten's way too young. I think, when a kid gets up there, maybe and like, it's just kindergarten, man.
Yeah.
Kindergarten, like to be like.
He's laughing at his own jokes again. But this time he's smart. He's telling him in his own head. He's not bombing out loud. No, what are you laughing at?
No, it's funny. It's funny. It's great. Trust me. It would have been a good.
He reminds me of Dan Soda's shitty older brother.
Yeah. Pretty much.
That bomb too. Give me that back.
Yeah, I was going to give it back to you on the last one.
That was a hot one.
On the gay thing.
Yeah, that was hot. What gay thing?
The one where you bombed on the maybe you do gay stuff and come back. I was going to give it back to you on that.
Yeah,
Now I'm give it back.
I can't wait to never talk to this guy. Literally. I'm going to ghost him. I'm going to tell Esty to fuck it. I'm
Please
fucking
don't.
all my... Smoked you up to come into the club.
Yeah.
Everything I got is going into this kid working the stand only. That's it. Go find out where that Pizza Hut is, because that's where you're working.
You can tell Shane is growing on Bobby. Bobby probably meant it as a slight, but I don't think you could give Shane a greater compliment than to tell him that he reminds him of Dan Solder's older brother. Love that Shane gives Bobby back the bomb bandana. He did not deserve it. Later on in the podcast, Paul and Bobby are talking about a comedy show, and Bobby learns that he gets to invite a guest, and Shane is immediately like, yo.
Right?
When is it?
It's like the February 8th.
Is it February vacation?
It's
6th to the 10th.
Is that
6th to the
February
10th.
vacation?
I don't know. I don't know if it's winter break.
So
but
he's
that's
paying for her ticket too?
No, you get a guest.
I get a guest?
Yes. You get a guest. I love how Bobby didn't read the email. I love Bobby didn't read the email.
You fucking get your shit together this podcast. Stop acting so cocky. You fucking
You think I'm cocky?
A little bit. Really? Yeah.
Oh, that's my worst nightmare. Please don't say
All right,
that.
well, tame it down a little bit.
All right. I'll just shut the fuck up.
You go to
No,
You
Bahamas.
guys tell stories. I'll shut the
All right, you man's a good point. When you make a point, I'll just stop talking.
You guys talk. I want to go to the Bahamas.
It's funny that Shane asked Bobby to take him to a show, even after he bashed him repeatedly throughout the episode. Bobby's like, you better get your shit together if you want to go with me and quit being so cocky. If you're a fan of Shane, you know he doesn't like to be praised, and he definitely doesn't want to be known as cocky. I don't think he comes off as cocky, though. I think Bobby was just trying to bully him. Later on in the podcast, Shane continues to win over Bobby when Bobby asked him if he ever cheated.
Guys did that. That's
Did
crazy.
you ever cheat on a girl, Shano?
Yeah.
You did? How long ago?
Earlier.
Before you talk, I'm not erasing anything for you. Don't call me up, dude. You got to delete that. It's not happening.
I'm gonna call you.
How many people have like, dude? You got to delete that
Can I
part.
get your number for real?
Yeah. I'll give it to you.
Hilarious.
Yeah.
Seriously,
I'll talk
Bobby,
about
can
cheating
I-
on the girl that's downstairs right now. Can I get your number, please? What?
It's hilarious that Shane says earlier today because his girlfriend at the time was downstairs. Bobby says, be careful what you say because you can't call me later and ask for it to be deleted. And Shane is like, seriously, can I have your number? For Shane to have just met Bobby 20 minutes before the podcast started, he did a great job.
Can I say this? Outside, Bobby was walking down the street, and I was like, oh, it's Bobby Kelly. Hey, what's up, man? You're like, yeah, how are you? And then I walked inside, they're like, do you want to do the podcast? I was like, yeah. Like, literally, he thought I was a fan 20 minutes ago.
I said hi to you.
Yeah. I was like, hey, it's Bobby Kelly. You're like, yeah, what's up, man? Kept walking.
After this, they started talking about UFC, which leads to Bobby actually predicting Shane's firing from SNL. He's like, one of these days you're going to get a deal with NBC and I'm going to edit this podcast and clip all the cancel-worthy things you said. Little does Bobby know, Shane has already published the episode of Matt and Shane's secret podcast that would lead to his dismissal from SNL. Bobby keeps going back and forth from saying he likes Shane to saying he hates him, but deep down, you know he loves him.
I think the fact that he...
Well, Pikey just beats Gypsy. That's all.
It's not a good term. Call him a pikey to his face. He'd probably smash you, Michael.
You do it either way.
Michael, you turn on me again. Sean O'Malley. There's a
Dude,
literally...
stand up to him. Stand up to him.
Never again. Look at me. Never again. I got a guy called New Mike right here. Literally, his name is
Rise
New Mike.
up, dude. Rise up.
Please, rise up, Mike.
Dude, when he got up, when Fury got up, I'd never
hate
seen
this
anything
guy.
like that
I
before.
hate him. I don't like him. I think I hate him again. I go back and forth between liking him and hating him. Rise up. I'm taking him down. Furzy, your house is going to be lit up. I'm taking the out. Out. I'm ruining it. He's going back to the woods. Go ahead.
I'll be like Tyson Fury, dude. Just a retarded guy standing back up.
Now, he did upgrade it to retard. I'm going to get that clip so when he gets a deal on NBC, take him out. He's a retarded guy with Down syndrome. Right? He's an autistic pike. I'm just going to add stuff. Fucking
Just edit all the bad things he said for one person.
the greatest shit. Just spitting. I call him a redneck deer hunter. Believes in guns. You like guns, don't you?
Love him.
Take his video, old people.
Bobby is obviously left-leaning, so it's great when he makes fun of Shane for all the things that someone on the right like Shane would love. And Shane is immediately like, yeah, I love all of that. Shane can tell Bobby likes it when he stands up for himself. Bobby makes fun of him for being a racist redneck, so Shane leans into it.
Fuck
Why?
British
I was with him. If that said
Why?
America,
Why?
why wouldn't
Yeah.
you want? Why wouldn't
love
you
this
want?
country.
Why wouldn't you want?
What are you talking about? Why? Why do I not want a British black dude to win and fight?
Yeah, see, that's the thing. I go for Wilder.
I like him again. When he goes full redneck, I like him.
Just stay racist.
Just when he's himself, I like him.
Later on in the podcast, Dan Soder shows up and can't believe Shane was actually dipping on Bobby's podcast. They continue to rip on him, but Shane, of course, makes Bobby and the rest of the crew like him even more.
Maybe
Also,
he'll-
he's dipping on the show.
I dude,
Oh, dude, you missed it about that,
He's
yeah.
literally, this is his last episode ever. Because I
yeah.
told him to get the dip out.
You know, yeah.
He's got this.
Stood my
he's got-
ground,
Johnny wants
dude.
to get a stick.
Stood my ground.
Yeah, he stood his
You know me,
ground.
dude. What do you think I'm going to do? Not rise up?
He stood his ground, and I love that. I'm calling Esty tomorrow. I'm banning him from the
Good.
building.
Yeah, I'd be like, listen, Esty, I heard he's in a pro-Palestinian militia.
Yeah.
Bye!
And he hates
Pro
retards.
Israel.
He hates retards. He said retard like 900 times.
Oh, yeah, it's his end.
and
Yeah.
he takes
Well,
he takes
my
advantage of
entire-
old people.
My entire family is retarded.
Yeah, we can tell by your closeness of your eyes.
Dude, applesauce, real big at the Gillis family reunion.
My parents actually met in a ball pit.
By the end of the podcast, Bobby did a full 180, from calling Shane a spit-dipping redneck to Shano, and inviting him to come back.
Shano, what do you got, buddy? Welcome. I'm glad you came on. You're very funny. I actually, I do. I like you. I like you.
Good.
You know.
It's a real honor.
Yeah, dude. I'm glad you come on. You come on again.
Yeah, I'll be here.
Are you in town
literally
now?
any
You
day.
live here?
Yes.
Where do you live?
Queens.
Is this your girlfriend?
Yeah.
Hi, wait, why would you say that? She's adorable. What's wrong with you?
You see me?
Is that you? No, there's something wrong with her, not you.
Yeah.
Dude, yeah, Shane's the fucking the emperor. What's the wardrobe where they just tell him he's got a nice coat? That's what he's doing to his girlfriend. He's like, oh, awesome, you're with me, man.
She's adorable. She reminds me of the bunny in Zootopia.
Bunny and
Bobby's looking at the bunny going, fucking, what's up, rabbit? Yeah, there's a fucking bunny.
I said, fuck that rabbit. One day she shows up.
I said,
What are
you doing, Robin?
She does look like the bunny.
Look.
That bunny's got your ass, too. I've eaten that bunny's ass.
I did my best to find the funniest moments from this podcast, but this video didn't do it justice. You should really go watch the entire thing. I think that's one of the coolest things about these old podcasts. You get to see who Shane is before he became famous. And the best part is, he hasn't changed at all.